Hey guys, it's me again, Orcslayer was where we last left off. Let's see, checking. Deku ran around the city helping a lot of people. Blackwatch is still on him. He technically can't be arrested for helping people when he uses his abilities, considering they are not quirks. And as far as I know, it's not illegal to do vigilante work, but it is illegal to do it with your quirk. And I think it depends on what they mean by vigilante. Does that mean like stopping people mugging people? So is that like against the law? I think it's very confusing. Well, anyways, what happens this time is, Deku has run out of places to go in the yellow zone. A lot of those places are actually quite destroyed, and it's actually kind of like we have seen a massive drop in infected cases and in crime rate in the yellow zone. Now, from what we can tell, this is due to the fact of the unknown, I forget what I called him, the unknown, Wyvern, there we go. This is all probably due to Wyvern. Now, officials are kind of confused on what to do with this scenario. We have gotten confirmed reports on what he has said, and we will play for you right now. It's like, every time I am attacked, I do it, and I fight with all I have. And yes, I will admit, I do seek out the Blackwatch, but they are cruel and murderers. They are the reason for this, and I shall see that to it that it is annihilated. I will not allow for them to get off scot-free. There we go. And as the Blackwatch starts breaking in, as you can see here, Blackwatch operatives then moved in quickly to apprehend Wyvern. Unfortunately for them, Wyvern seems to be one of the strongest things in New York at the moment. Even compared to some of our top-ranked heroes, Wyvern exceeds them by quite a lot. We do not know why he acts like this or the way he does, but it is common to believe that he was accidentally exposed to some of the Mercer virus, as it's been called. Now, I don't know if that's a widespread thing, is that Mercer is a known figure, but I'll say he is. Alex Mercer, the man who released the virus, apparently, as the information has become known through, I say, leaks and such, it seems that he is unaware of the existence of Wyvern, and if he is, it seems that Wyvern seems to hide from him. Maybe Wyvern sees him as they like, Bob, can you tell us what you think about this? Well, what I can think of is, a lot of these creatures that are spawned from this virus seem to be similar to pack animals, from what we can tell. So we could all possibly say, or since this is like the virus, each of them are their own separate variants. The one known as Wyvern seems to be able to copy quirks and such to some degree. Mercer, however, seems to be one of the ones that can spread it quite well. So we'll call this one the Mercer virus and the Wyvern virus. Though, Wyvern has not made any attempts to spread it any further, and as he said, he intends to stop it. So my question is, why does he attack Blackwatch facilities that are supposedly working on the cure? As they put up, well, in truth, maybe they could be working on something else. Maybe he could be in turn trying to annihilate it. If there would be no need for a cure if the entire thing was annihilated. That is true, Bob. That is true. Anyways, we have a Blackwatch commander right here who is willing to speak to us on these accounts. Sir, can you please tell us what you think? And he's like, I can tell you with the Blackwatch authority that Wyvern is a criminal, by all means. He has killed several Blackwatch operatives, and, well, he's just a murderer. Sure, he may not have violated the crime of using his quirk, but he's still a murderer, and we do not condone his actions whatsoever. And I would like to rebuke the whole statements that we are committing inhuman acts. It is downright deplorable what he is saying. I believe is a word I can use in this situation. It's downright deplorable. Deplorable or appalling, whichever you prefer. That he would even suggest such a thing, since we've been putting our lives on the line since day one this thing appeared. And as they're like, Sir, we need you at the base. You're being called in for an operation. Well, it seems I must go. Thank you for your time. And they're like, thank you for your time as well, Commander. And may you stay safe. It's like, indeed. And thank you for joining us at New York Times. Well, not New York Times, but I guess just some New York news channel or whatever. That'll be all today, and we'll have Frankie tell you the weather. Now, as you can see here, as it just starts fading out, Deku's like, as Deku's run just gets bored. Sorry, I'm yawning. I can't really think of anything for Deku to do. So, Deku has dropped the crime rate down quite a bit. So, Deku goes for a run. They have more of those scans that are supposedly help you track down people who are infected with the virus. Deku's having to take selective walking paths to ensure that it doesn't seem suspicious, but it also doesn't alert those. And he's like, there seems to be more and more of those every day. I think I need to start spreading out my area. Because he has gone all over, but he primarily focuses, I'll say, on the north side. Should probably spread it out. So as he's like running, he's like listening to some music. As he's running, he runs into Jefferson. He's like, Jefferson, it's been a while. Like, yeah, I was going for some donuts. It's like, oh. Sorry. He's like, donuts? Really? It's like, well, come on. You gotta reward yourself every now and then. As he's like, you know what? Here you go. As he hands him a normal glazed donuts. It's like, thanks. As he starts running. So, how's Henderson and such? Henderson's doing fine. And I'm sorry if I keep on changing this up, but their names are so interchangeable. Henderson has been training a lot with Marcus lately. So, I've been making sure he gets his right amount of calories and such, you know. It's like, I know you mean. So how have you been doing at the whole red zone and such? He's like, stuff is actually starting to go down a bit better. We've been more successful in the operation to destroy hives and such, and your dad has been a very big help. Thanks to his fire, we're quickly getting rid of several patches. But the only problem is the infection spreads back in so quickly that it's kind of difficult, you know? It's like, yeah, maybe, most likely. The personal squad of that? Oh, they're like the top-ranking squad at the moment. Black higher-ups are keeping them out of the more nasty sorts of business. Other kill teams, though, are sent in to deal with stuff. So it's pretty good going at the moment. It's like, good. Well, I gotta go. I gotta get back to my run. See you, Jefferson. Have a nice day. It's like, have a nice day, Deku. As they start jogging. He starts jogging or running in the other direction. It's like, oh, yeah, I really like that kid. I don't know how many times I've said this, but hopefully that kid stays alright. Henderson's like, hey, you bring the donut? As he walks into the door, he's like, Henderson, you here? It's like, oh, hey, man. Where have you been? I just grabbed some donuts. You want some? He's like, no, man, I gotta wait until a certain amount of time before I can eat. Marcus is like, but I'll take it. As he takes some of the donuts, he's like, Jellyfield? He's like, yep. He's like, You see Deku today? He hasn't come in yet. He's like, oh yeah, I just ran into him. He was actually jogging. Well, running, more or less. That kid actually is running pretty fast, though. Give him credit for that, Marcus. He is getting quite well. Why? I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Anyways, it's like, yeah, kid's been has been like kind of acting weird lately, but I think that's just with the pressure of everything. I think he's just feeling a bit homesick, you know? So, yeah, probably. Hopefully that kid turns out well, though. Maybe he can actually join some physical sports, because he is pretty strong. Like, right now, he can lift, like, he can bench, like, 100 pounds. So, really? Oh, pretty neat. Maybe 120. I'm not entirely sure. But as I finish saying this, they're like, wonder how his mom's doing and his dad. His dad's doing pretty well, actually, all things considered. His mom, though, I have no clue. I would like to think she's doing pretty well, but I don't know. I never know what's happening in his family's head. They're quite weird. It's like, you're one to talk. Like, yeah, I know what you're gonna say. It's like, yeah. Never mind. Yeah, you had a crush on your stepsister. He's like, shut up, man. It's like, hey, it's true. He's like, really? He's like, listen, we knew each other before our parents got together. So is that really that weird? It's like, well, not when you actually explain it, doesn't. Like, thank you. This guy keeps on getting that in his head. Like, it's truth and truth alone. Like, yeah, whatever you say. So, as they continue talking on for a longer period of time, before eventually Henderson has to go back to working out. Deku at this point is in the red zone, and he's just flying. As some Blackwatch operatives, like Blackwatch Red Crown, this is Blackwatch Squad 661. We have sights on Wyvern. Please be advised. What are your orders? This is Red Crown, Blackwatch 661. You are clear to engage. Ensure that you capture the hostile alive. It's like, if I may decline, Crown 661 is not in any shape or form to take on someone of his caliber. I'm afraid we must decline. It's like, Red 661, this is Red Crown. You have no right to decline. It's like, and I'll just say, 600, squad. Sorry, Red Crown, but this is a no-go. My squad is injured, with me being the only one capable of fighting. Like, roger that, 661. Red Crown has been advised, and you are to hold your position. We are sending you backup. It's like, thank you, Red Crown 661 will hold position until further notice. Roger that. Red Crown out. Goodbye. As they're just like, thankfully we were able to thankfully we're getting backup men. As as this guy's like talking to like his 3 injured people, is like, thank God. Hopefully he doesn't notice us though, because you're pretty high on the totem pole, aren't you? It's like, yeah, whatever. We'll just wait here. As is like, sure thing. As they hear a giant crash, as a smash in the ground, they look out the window. Hey, look at here. It's Wyvern. As he like his wings go back into his back, he starts walking. A brawler comes lunging at him. Deku pretty much throws it over his shoulder and throws it. As it lands right into a car, Deku runs over, grabs its head, and rips it off. That's his favorite thing, decapitation. As Deku has finished off this thing, he's like, it's not even that tough. I need to get stronger. If what Heller is saying about Mercer is right, there's no way I can beat him at my current state. He may not be able to fight against me for long periods of time. Well, he can't. Maybe I may be able to outlast him for a long period of time, but there's no way I'm killing him if it comes down to it. So as he starts running around underneath the city trying to find more and more hives, and there are, I would say, hundreds, maybe even, well, dozens if not hundreds of hives, big and small. Deku starts clearing each of them out, destroying each one after he's done. By the end of it, around 12 hives are destroyed in one day's work. It takes him around 6 hours to complete all 12 hives, big and small. Not each of them, like, it doesn't take hours for each, but it takes 6 hours collectively. So as he has finished that, it's like, it's gone pretty late. So as 661 has been contacted, 661, this is Red Crown. Target, your support is there. You are being reinforced by 2 choppers, an entire 5 squads of Black Watch soldiers, along with a special unit of quirked individuals. Do you copy, Red Crown? Do you copy 661? This is Red Crown. It's like, I copy you, 66 Red Crown. This is 661. And I am combat ready. My men are unable to participate, however. It's like, that's fitting, that is fitting, 661. Keep in touch. We'll be in there if you need anything else. It's like, thank you, not 661, but Red Crown. It's like, no problem. As then he... Nope, what's that? I don't know. As then, at that very moment, Deku's like gliding. It's like, he's in the air, shoot him down! As several soldiers point their guns upward, and before that, they're like, man, this place is really quiet. It's too quiet, man. Infected usually swarm all over this place. It's usually a denser area, but there's nothing. No one like this. Like, neither do I. All you, keep your eyes peeled. We'll try to make sure they don't sneak up on us. This quirked individual group is not Hizashi, however. I'll let you all know that. They're like, alright, let's move out to his last known position. It's like, yes sir. As it's like, wait, wasn't this his last known position? It's like, no. 661 said they reportedly saw him moving that way towards that direction. Hopefully we'll get him done. In this entire thing that I've been talking about, I'll say it's been quite a while. I'll say it's probably been about a week since Deku talked with Heller that night, or day. That night, and that night he returned there. So it's been about a week. As Deku's looking around, he's like, Black Watch. As he's like, they're probably not a threat. Starts flying away. It's like, sorry. Anyways, as I digress, Deku at this stage, or in this case, Deku's deciding whether or not to attack it, but he sees no real advantage to attacking it. But as he's discussing this with himself, something else comes flying down. As a giant crash is seen, soldiers like, it's Wyvern, it's what? Oh god, it's not Wyvern, it's Red Crown, this is 661, it's not Wyvern, it's Alex. As the thing is abruptly cut off, it's like, this is Red Crown, all units in the area converse on 661's position. Alex Mercer is in the area. Repeat, Alex Mercer is in the area. As Alex Mercer is tearing through, and Deku sees this, he's like, what the... Alex Mercer tears a guy in two. Then after that, he rushes forward, smashing into the thing. He leaps up to the helicopter. Using his blade arm, he cuts straight through the tail, causing it to spin out of control and crashing into a transport vehicle like a truck. Same time, the other helicopter would usually carry troops in it, starts flying up higher and just starts lighting up Alex Mercer. Alex Mercer, seeing this as somewhat of a challenge, throws an armored transport, I would say, rushing up underneath it as he's like running up a wall. Helicopter's just trying to constantly get away, but it only has 2 mounted, I'd say, 50 caliber weaponry. With that being said, he immediately gets underneath and starts ripping the underbelly of the helicopter. Eventually, sparks start flying and it blows up, him landing to the ground, as the remaining 6 Black Watch members are pretty much just looking at him with their guns at the ready. He's like, they're not idiots, they know they're probably gonna die. They're like, come on, man, come on. With them about like, any last words? It's like, well, see you in hell. As several of them start opening fire, Mercer rushing in, just killing them with the whip. In one move slash, each of them cut in half. Deku finished watching this, and as Mercer turns his head, Deku goes like. As he doesn't look over. He knows that's an idiotic move. He literally starts running down the building and starts just parkouring across the city, knowing that if Alex catches him here, they're gonna want to talk. Or something happened with Heller, and Mercer knows Deku's here. He wants to question them. So Deku starts running. He's like, go, 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 go. He leaps forward and just swims across. He's like, don't let him see you. Don't let him see you. Mercer has seen Deku and is actually booking it after him. Deku jumps into water, and that's where Mercer loses him. It's like, thought you can hide from me. As he starts using his scent. But he is unable to track Deku for some reason. Usually, he would be able to track others just fine. But it seems like Deku is able to hide himself in a way from Mercer. Not by any known means. Probably won't even explain it. It's just, he's like, he can hide from me. What about Heller? It's like, same thing. Must be some annoyingly resilient DNA. As Deku's just waiting, he uses his sensor. He notices that Alex Mercer is still on the boardwalk, on the edge, and would obviously see Deku if he even tried to peek above the water. Thanks to his superior physiology and physicality, he can hold his breath for a much longer period of time than normal people. Mercer eventually turns back and starts heading deep into the red zone. Deku oh thank God. Climbs out of the river, out of the ocean after a little bit, and just climbs his way up. He's like, that was uncomfortable. But then he changes his clothes so that way people won't question why is he soaking wet. He changes back, literally right then. He gets a call from Heller. It's like, hey, I gotta talk to you. Meet me in the green zone. I'll say he worked very quickly and eventually came to a realization about white light. Now, like I said, I apologize for saying this for a third time, but it has been a while since I played the prototype game, prototype 2 in particular. And I'm trying to remember which missions come before which, But Mercer has been on the white light thing like a bloodhound. So I'll say he figured it out relatively quickly. As he's like, I need to talk to you for a second. As Deku makes his way to the green zone, swimming across. He makes his way there and it's like, I've never been to this place. It actually looks very nice here. Shame. So as he's walking around, he's like, It's like, there he is. He runs over and he's like, Heller. Heller gives him a place to meet. And I'll say it's where Father Guerva stays at. As he knocks on the door, doing a knock that Heller told him to do, Guerva looks through the thing. Deku, get in. So he walks in, he's like, where's Heller? It's like, he should be here any minute now. He's like, so, you're Father Guerva? It's like, yes. It's a pleasure to meet you. Heller has talked much about you. And Heller talked much about you as well, Father Guerva. Though, fortunately, I haven't been able to spend too much time with Heller since he left. So, what are we looking at? White light seems to be contaminated. It seems that Mercer has tampered with it, so that way it turns people into evolved. He's like, does it kill most? Or is it just that, no, it seems like they're completely under his control. It's like, that is pretty bad. And he's like, but are we sure it's such a bad thing turning people into evolved? He's like, well, think about it. I used to be so weak, man, but now I'm super strong. It's like, yes, but imagine if everyone on the planet had what you had. It'd be almost impossible to stop people. It'd be a war zone. He's like, yeah, but Listen, you're a good kid. So is Heller to some extent. But not everyone would be as good as you, Deku. You are using it right now to help people, but that is not everybody. I know it's hard to hear, kid, but it's truth. He's like, no, I know what you mean. Oh, thank you, Father Gueva. It was nice meeting you. So, should I just wait for Heller to come up, or... Like, yes, he should be here any minute. As Heller walks in, he's like, Deku, I got some details to discuss with you. He's like, alright, lay them on me. It's like, listen, Mercer has been messing with the white light all kinds of matters. You have probably been, since you weren't attacking a lot of facilities, only a few, well, since you probably don't know about it, and since I kept you out of it most of the time, Mercer's white light's supposedly something that's supposed to kill the virus, you know? But it's turning people into evolved. He's like, yes, how'd you know? Father Gueva told me. He's like, you stole my father, Gueva. My thunder, Gueva. It's like, sorry, James, I couldn't help it. Like, anyways. I'm gonna go check out a facility soon. Wanna come with? He's like, sure. But I don't know about Mercer. I was in the red zone earlier. I was gonna sneak away from some Blackwatch. Out of nowhere, he shows up and demolishes the entire thing. Like, alright, what's so weird about that? I don't know if he was there for me or not. Like, earlier that day, I was wiping out several hives. He said so. I didn't want to believe that Mercer was what you're talking about, but if what you're saying is true, then it's a good thing I've been trying to get stronger. Because as I am now, I don't think I stand a chance. I could have a long drawn out fight. That doesn't mean I would win. He'd probably take pity on me and kill me first. Like, true, kids, true. Well, anyways, let's get over there. Wait, how long? You've been doing this longer than me, and you think you may be stronger than me. Well, you think Mercer is still stronger than you? Yeah, then damn, I gotta catch up. Especially since you've been killing more infected and specialized monsters like the Juggernaut and the Brute and the Juggernaut and the Brawler. Is like, yeah, whatever. So, Wyvern. As they, start making their way, they're, running across the rooftop. So, Wyvern, why don't you actually tell me your name? He's like, you promise to keep it a secret? He's like, yeah. It's Zuku Midoriya. My mom and I got stuck here during the whole crisis. Thankfully, we're able to get out of the red zone, though. I've had too many close encounters with death by the time I was 15, man. So annoying. It's like, sorry about that, kid. But anyways. As they arrive, they're like, so. As they're like, oh, Jesus. He's really tampered with all that. There's no way they'd be able to succeed. As Mercer shows up, as Deku and Heller both jump away, he's like, so. You two. As Deku wasn't hit, he's actually standing straight up. Mercer's the one who fell backwards. Like, after everything I've given you, he hits him with the thing. He's like, Deku, what are you doing here? It's like, Mercer, come. What you're doing is madness. If you're really turning everyone to evolve, it'd be complete anarchy. Like, not once you hear my idea. As he gives the idea, one brain, one mind. Like, we can't do that, Mercer. What about free will? It's like, free will is what's dooming the human race. My entire life, I was kicked on the ground for being quirkless, same as you. Like, yes, but instead of clinging to that, I try to move past it. You clinging to it is just doing worse to you, Mercer. Stop the plan. We can stop this now. He's like, no, we can't. It's too far gone. But as for you, Heller, as he uses his whip and smacks Deku away, he's like, what the? As he's literally smacked away and hits through a brick wall. Ugh. As for you, Heller, you aren't even capable of appreciating the gift I've given you. As he goes to try and take it back, but Heller is still able to do the thing he does in the thing. As Deku, after that, rushes over, jumps forward, and smashes his hand in the ground using his hammer fist. He's like, I was gonna make it quick for both of you, but now, each of you are gonna suffer. Say goodbye to your parents, Deku. As Deku's like, you get back here! He tries to use the tendril to suck him in. Mercer literally lunges downward and pretty much takes his hammer fist, well, not hammer fist, his sword, and stabs Deku through. Before he can consume him, though, Deku takes the sword and breaks it off him, taking his hammer fist and smashing Mercer right in the face, sending him rolling. He's like, ugh. It's like, as he wipes away some blood, he's like, ugh. It's like, I've gotten strong, Deku, but not strong enough. He's like, strong enough to make you bleed. Well, Heller's like, he's strong enough to make you bleed. Together, we can bleed you enough times till you stop moving. Like, we'll see about that. As then the Goliath attacks. Yeah. The Goliath attacking... Is it Goliath? No, I don't think it does. I'll rewatch some of the missions and such of Prototype to get my entire storyline straight. Sorry, it's if it's disorganized, but anyways, I hope y'all have enjoyed this. Hope y'all continue to enjoy this. I hope y'all have a nice day, nice night, nice life.